Hi everybody, my name is Nicole Milik and today I'm going to show you how I play Last Christmas by Wham. Last Christmas I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. I know that a lot of people have a love-hate relationship going on with this song, but I'm sure that if you're going to play this at a Christmas party, everyone's going to sing along. So we're going to learn it today, and the good news is you only need 4 chords to play it. It's the same chord progression all the way through the song. I'm playing my American Dream 27E Flame Top today. Let me know which guitar you're playing in the comments down below. Grab it now and let's get started. I'm playing Last Christmas with a capo on the 1st fret. If you want to play it in the original key, you don't have to use a capo. And if you're like, that doesn't really suit my voice, feel free to adjust the capo to whatever key suits you best. Let's start with the chords. We're going to need a D major, a B minor, either as a bar chord or you can play a variation, an E minor, an A major. For the D major chord, we just play a simple D major chord, which means your index finger will play the G string on the 2nd fret, your middle finger will play the E string on the 2nd fret, and then you decide if you want to play your ring finger or your pinky on the 3rd fret on the B string. Now for the B minor chord, you can either play a full bar chord, but what I like to do is play a variation because I do quite a bit of picking in my version and I just find it A, a bit easier, and B, I think it sounds a bit more interesting as well. Now for the B minor variation, you put your index finger on the 2nd fret on the A string, your middle finger on the G string on the 2nd fret, and then either your pinky or your ring finger on the 3rd fret on the B string. I would recommend going with either the ring finger or the pinky so you can easily transition from the D major to the B minor variation, and your pinky or your ring finger can stay in the same place. From the B minor variation, we're going to transition into a simple E minor. And you can either play it like this, or you can leave your ring finger or your pinky on the B string on the 3rd fret and just add on that little note. I do that sometimes, not all the time, but apart from that, it's a simple E minor chord, which means your index finger will be on the 2nd fret on the A string, and your middle finger will be on the D string on the 2nd fret. And then last but not least, we're going to transition from the E minor to the A major, which means that our index finger and our middle finger will just move 1 string down, and then we're going to add on the ring finger. And that is it. Those are the chords we're going to play all the way through the song. Now, because the chords are so repetitive, the song can get a bit boring. So we want to get as much excitement and variety into our right hand as possible because the left hand is playing the same chords over and over again. I don't actually play an introduction just because I don't want my audience to get bored before the song's even started. So I go straight into the chorus because the song starts with a chorus. Last Christmas I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. Before we dive into the picking pattern, I just want to say I know it can get really confusing when you hear someone trying to explain a picking pattern or strumming pattern to you, so I'll try and not talk too much but rather show it to you so you can see it, but you can also hear it, and most importantly, you should hear what you're playing. So pause the video at any time, take your time to practice, don't get frustrated because you can't play the exact same way that I do, because that's not the point. I'm here for inspiration, but you can find your own way of playing it. Play something that feels comfortable for you and take your time to practice. And yeah, that's it. So for the D major chord, your thumb will play the bass note, the D string, then your index finger will play the G string, your middle finger will play the B string, and your ring finger will play the E string. The actual pattern is thumb, index finger, middle finger, index finger, ring finger, index finger, middle finger, index finger. So it alternates, always index finger, middle finger, index finger, ring finger, index finger, middle finger, index finger. Now when you transition to different chords, the bass note changes, but the pattern actually stays the same. When I transition to the B minor chord, for example, I for some reason don't play, but I play thumb, thumb, index finger, thumb, middle finger, thumb, index finger, thumb. So I alternate between thumb, index finger, thumb, and middle finger. I'm not entirely sure why I do this. I think I just like my ring finger and my pinky to rest on the E string, and I think it's really comfortable. But you can just play the same pattern through all the chords. So when you play the B minor variation, your four fingers will just move one string up, and your thumb will play the A string, your index finger will play the D string, your middle finger will play the G string, and your ring finger will play the B string. When you transition to the E minor chord, your index finger, middle, and ring finger will actually stay on the same strings, but your thumb will move to the E string. And when you move to the A major chord, your fingers will play the exact same strings they played in the B minor chord. Something I like to add on to the A major chord in the intro chorus is a little hammering on the B string, on the 3rd fret, and on the 5th fret. That's the first picking part done. Now on to the second picking. Last Christmas I gave you my heart, but Now for this pattern, you'll play the exact same strings with the exact same fingers that you played in the picking pattern, but you're going to play them at the same time. Your thumb, middle finger, and ring finger will always pick together, and your index finger will always play a little note in between, and then your thumb is going to play an additional note whenever you transition to the next chord. Whenever you play the thumb, middle finger, and ring finger, you're going to add that little percussive sound to it. If you want to practice that, give this video a thumbs up. No, just give me a thumbs up and then turn it around and then just hit your guitar strings with the thumb. Rather than the other fingers or your palm, it's more the thumb. I like to play this pattern in the second part of the introduction chorus and then throughout the entire first verse. So it's once bitten and twice shy. I keep my distance, but you still catch my eye. And then for the chorus, I move into a strumming pattern. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. There's quite a lot of ups and downs happening, so I'm going to translate my strumming pattern into a bit more of a, let's say, melody-ish. So it's bam, 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 bada, bada, bam, 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 bada, bada. And it's always alternating between down and up. So it's down, up, 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 down, up. And if you want to make it sound just a tiny little bit more interesting, you can add a little percussive sound on the downstroke of the down, up, down, up. So it's down, up, 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 down, up. And this time we're going to hit the strings with this part of our fingers and this part of the thumb. If it hurts too much with your fingers, you can just do it with this part of the thumb, whatever that's called, but it's not quite the palm, is it? But it's like this part of the thumb, like this. It's gonna make it sound not as full, but it can be a bit painful on the fingers, so yeah. You can either continue on with the strumming we've just played, or you can play the exact same strumming but played muted. So you're going to take your palm and just lay it down on the strings and play the exact same pattern but with your strings muted. A crowded room, friends with tight eyes. the second verse, I like to play the chorus twice at the end. In the first round, I like to play it with an open strumming, the same strumming we played in the first chorus. And then in the second round, I like to go back to the picking that we played at the very beginning of the song. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. And that is it. That's how I play Last Christmas by Wham. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Let me know how it went for you in the comments down below. And if you have any questions or any song suggestions for upcoming tutorials, let me know as well. Have a Merry Christmas, and I really hope to see you very soon. Bye!